Tampa Bay Rays, the team that always find a way to be amazing. I have them ranked 13th in baseball. Fangraphs is really high on them, ranking them 5th, a 99-win team a year ago. Goals for the year, make the playoffs, make it to at least the ALCS, I think has got to be the goal. This team has been good for years. They just traded away Tyler Glasnow, which was their big move of the offseason, trading away your best pitcher. They couldn't afford to pay him. It's fair. You lose Bethancourt, you lose Jalen Beeks, and you lose Tyler Glasnow, Manuel Margot in trade. You also trade Luke Raley, which makes me think he's not that good. I think he could disappoint people. That's later on. The Mariners are later on. But that is a very interesting thing. They also traded away Vidal Brujan and Andrew Kittredge. The guys they got back, Ryan Pepio. They got Richie Palacios, Jose Caballero, who's the projected starting shortstop to open the year. Johnny DeLuca, another addition via trade. You also sign Yu Chang, Phil Maton, but the big addition, guy who went to Driveline, Ahmed Rosario, former Cleveland Guardian and LA Dodger, and New York Met. Not going to forget about the Mets. The rotation for the Tampa Bay Rays is really interesting because last year they went into the year with Shane McClanahan, Drew Rasmussen, and Jeffrey Springs. All three of those guys had elbow surgery or Tommy John surgery, and they were really good before they got it. McClanahan's going to be out the whole year. Jeffrey Springs could be back at the end, but he's probably out the whole year. Drew Rasmussen's probably going to be out the whole year. Those three guys are three guys who you can ride to a World Series as your top three. But the rotation still is not bad. Zach Eflin, I think, is really good. He limits walks, and he's amazing. It was a steal. I don't remember what the contract was, but it was a 4-year deal, and it was a steal. He jumped right into the rotation, and he's the ace. Savali, they traded Manzardo for him. Savali was really good in Cleveland in the first half of the year last year, struggled in Tampa in the second half. I believe they'll figure it out. Zach Littell is a projected 3-starter. They claimed off of waivers from Boston in May of 2023. I'm pretty sure Zach Littell is a solid pitcher, and especially in Tampa Bay, where I just trust them with pitchers, except I don't trust them with pitcher health. He had a 3.93 ERA in Tampa last year, and he's going to be starting. I think he's going to have a solid year. And Ryan Pepio was really, really good with the Dodgers and has a history of being good as a prospect, going to one of the best pitching organizations in baseball. Tampa Bay Rays, Ryan Pepio is good, and they have Jacob Waguespack as their projected 5-starter with Mason Montgomery, a minor leaguer, looking to get that spot. Their bullpen is amazing. Jason Adam, Pete Fairbanks, Colin Poche. They bring in Phil Maton, who's really good. I think he's going to be one of the surprising, how is this guy so good? How is this guy have a 1.2 ERA in September? That's my prediction. The Rays just find random guys, and they all of a sudden are really good, especially with the pitching. Offensively, you have Rene Pinto as a projected starting catcher and Alex Jackson as the backup. Rene Pinto, I think, could surprise some people. I think he was really solid, pretty good in his short period of time he played last year. I don't think they would have gotten rid of Bethancourt if they didn't believe in Rene Pinto. That's kind of the main thing that I've got right now. Then at first base, they have Yandy Diaz, who's really good. His numbers look really good. He's got amazing power. I think Yandy Diaz could be one of the better first basemen in baseball again this upcoming year. At second base, Brandon Lau, looking to stay healthy. That's what he's been struggling with. And when he is healthy, he plays well. The problem is, can he stay healthy? And if he does, I think he's going to be very good. At third base, you got Isaac Paredes, who I think is going to disappoint a lot of people. Strikes out a lot and hits the ball hard, but he really, really overperformed his stats. Whenever they load on Baseball Savant, I will go over there. But shortstop right now is Jose Caballero, with Ahmed Rosario being mixed in there. By mid-season, Junior Caminero, however you pronounce it, is the starting shortstop. I wrote Caminero is going to be the starting shortstop by June. I don't really trust Ahmed Rosario to bounce back. Jose Caballero is okay, but I believe Caminero is going to be too good in AAA to kind of ignore him. But back to Isaac Paredes. I mean, his barrel rate was 5.9%, 26th percentile in barrel rate, 6% in hard hit rate. he doesn't really hit the ball that hard for someone who he had a 369 expected slugging with a 488 slugging percentage, a 362 WOBA with a 315 expected WOBA, weighted on base average. So I think Isaac Paredes just far overperformed his expected stats. I think he's more of the hitter he was in 2022, the 739 OPS type of guy. The left field position, Randy Arozarena, he's Randy Arozarena. He's really good. Center field, the projection is Jose Siri. And I think he will be the center fielder. I think he's a great defender, solid bat, not amazing bat. Right field, I doubt is actually going to be Richie Palacios, as Josh Lowe just had a strained oblique. He will be back. Josh Lowe, I think, could disappoint some people, overperform some numbers, but I do think he's still really good. The DH is Harold Ramirez, high chase rate, low walk rate. I think he chases way too much, in my opinion. I think he could disappoint some people, even though I think he's a solid player. I just think he maybe gets a little bit lucky. As Jonathan Aranda is the other expected DH, maybe a platoon at DH with Curtis Mead also on the bench. This team always shocks people. I have them missing the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they win 100 games and they're the best team in the AL. I have their best case scenario being something like that. Worst case scenario is kind of what I have. I have them winning 83 games and losing 79. I think they lose Glasnow, who's a big part of last year. Their three best starters from the start of the year last year, McClanahan was there till July. They start off really strong. I just think that losing those big pieces, even though their rotation still looks good, is going to be a little bit difficult for them. I have them winning 16 less games. Also, not to mention, their leader in WAR last year played really well up until August, who's now never playing another game in Major League Baseball again, Wander Franco. Losing that guy at shortstop, now having to figure out something else. Although I think Junior Caminero is really good, but is he going to be as good as Wander Franco is the question. Over-under I set was 88. Well under that. I have the team winning 83 games, but the Vegas line is 84.5, and I would definitely bet the over on the Tampa Bay Rays for 84.5.